a minute early. Yes, how are we all? Oh, look, I've just got my own thing up. Now, just move some stuff around. Hello, Charmaine, Amanda, Kimberly. Hey up, Mr. Carl. Hey up, Kimberly. How are you? How's everyone's week been? I have to say, it's been it's been hot. It's buggery, isn't it? I'm crying out loud. It's I have to say, I'm building I'm building more crap in the in my garden. We got a stable. When you first walk in the gate, there's a little bit of a paddock where we used to put the horses. The smaller horse we had, or if a horse was sort of convalescing, we put it in there. It was close to the house, and obviously has a stable there. But it's now we don't really have the horses here anymore. They've all been loaned out because Yvette doesn't ride anymore. I decided to turn it into a summer house. So I've been Carl, when you come to Devon for a haunting experience, as soon as Devon allows us to go, the trouble is there's quite a few places we go in Devon, but they're not COVID secure, and unfortunately, you know, it's annoying. But you know, as soon as we can get there, we will come straight away. Ghost Adventures of Cornwall. Hello, guys and girls. How are we all? Yeah. So anyway, I'm building that, and the trouble is nothing's in its square, and I kind of you need stuff to be square, don't you? Let me just turn this round. Oh no, I can't. If I do that, I won't be able to prop it up. Said the actress to the bishop. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been doing all week. I'll be putting some of the flooring in today. I haven't got an idea what I'm doing, but who knows? I mean, my dad was a master craftsman. He was a master carpenter, and I think he did his apprenticeship as a cabinet maker and then a shop fitter, and he'd probably absolutely howl with laughter or just tut and shake his head if he saw what I was doing. Well, then again, most people do shake their head and tut when they see what I'm up to. Anyway, Claire Walsh. Hello, Welsh. I've got Walsh on the mind. Hey, Guy, I hope you're well. Nice seeing you last Friday. Do you know, Claire, it was lovely seeing you last Friday. And I know you've mentioned it on here before, so you won't mind me saying, but I know you got a battle going on, and it's a battle you're going to win, and you've got loads of friends out there, and we love you to bits. We really, truly do love you to bits. Maxine's on board, Laura S. How are you, Maxine? God, it's been ages. It's been ages. Where are we with stuff? There's lots of stuff coming in. The skills didn't filter through, Carl. Well, my dad was he was one of these people that over-engineered everything, and well, actually, he didn't over-engineer. I don't like the term over-engineer because how can you over-engineer? But he was a perfectionist to the utmost extreme, and he he'd never bang a nail in. He always screwed everything in because that was just the way. And everything he built, you could always take apart, which was great. And so he was a perfectionist, and like I say, that didn't rub off. I try my hardest, but sometimes that's just not good enough, is it? What's the worst experience in Drakelow tunnels? Could I get a huge shout out from you? That's from Sarah Davies. Sarah Davies, how are you? Laura Gow, hello, Carl, sending a big hug and lots of love, and we're sending them straight back to you, Laura. We really, truly, I can't wait to see you actually, because are you guys still locked down? Bizarre times. Worst experience at Drakelow Tunnels. I don't think I've had any real bad experiences there. We've had some great experiences. I think we one of the events there, we had a whole group of people witnessing this sort of green light go from one side of the tunnels and into a room which was a dead end room. So of course everyone ran into the room because we didn't know whether it was just somebody walking or whatever. Everyone ran into the room and there was no one there, just a dead end. It was an empty room. That's fantastic. So it's great. It's a brilliant place. I love it. We've had lots of knocks, lots of bangs. I mean, there's some huge knocking sound, not knocking sound, bangs like big doors shutting, and they're not part of that. They're stuff that's happening. There's nothing there that can make those noises. I mean, we've been in the kitchen as well, where you've had the whole thing sort of kind of shaking, and it's just bizarre. Great place. Craig Douglas, Carl, can I get a call out for my Elaine after the news that we're having another baby? The Douglas clan in Scotland are becoming one more. Well, do you know what, Craig? Big shout out to you and to your lovely Elaine. Another baby on the way. Wow. Well, congratulations from all of us, every single one of us here. Congratulations. And Andrew Beatty, great name, is from Canada. He's been watching from the beginning. Spelt the correct way as well, i.e. JC Rendell, sending healing thoughts and energies to Jenny Hope. She's back on her feet. Oh, she's back on her feet already. She won't stop bloody texting me and calling me and stuff. She's ball crapless, bless her. I love my Jenny. She's gone through so much. She really truly has. She's but the bone that's broken. And I don't know why they did it. They sent her home, and there was like an inch gap. Oh, Dana May, how are you, sweetheart? I hope to see you soon too, sweetheart. I hope your career's going. Dana May Palmer's a fantastic actor, a superb actor, really great. And she's going to do great things. I can't wait to see her on stuff because she really does deserve it. But yeah, Jenny, and they obviously did X-rays and stuff, but she had another X-ray earlier this week, and they were an inch apart. The two ends of the bone were an inch apart, and I don't know if they're expecting it to magically find its way and bridge across, which would never happen. But anyway, fortunately, a doctor called today, and she's going to have an operation next week to actually have it fused together properly. So I'm really chuffed about that because she's in an awful lot of pain, bless her. She really is. And she's ball crapless because, if anyone knows Jenny, she never stops. She constantly is on the go. She, with the Most Haunted experience, physically and mentally, and doing all the work and all the stuff. She never stops. And there's no point in even saying to her, just rest and enjoy not having much to do. But she's, she won't rest because she just won't rest. She just isn't the type. Hopefully she'll get better quicker with the operation than if she didn't have it. So it's kind of cool. Right, Kimberly. I've been on these chats with my missus through lockdown. Oh, hang on, where's that gone? Oh, there we go. I've been on this chat with my missus through lockdown with my missus, and I thought I'd ask a different question. Can you talk about your martial arts history? So intrigued. If people get bored, just say so and I'll stop because I get kind of carried away. I kind of started way back. I wanted a hello MZ and Dion, of course. I started way back. I wanted a penknife, and my mum wouldn't let me have one because they're. I don't know what she thought I'd do with it. Probably injure myself, and she was probably right. Anyway, a friend of mine at school said, "Oh, why don't you join the Cubs? If you join the Cubs, you get a penknife part as part of uniform." So I did. I went and joined the Cubs, and I'm not the brightest of people. So when we it was a school that we went to the Cubs in. Of course, it was the first one for most of us. So we all sat in lines, and all we did was stand up and say what our names were and what our parents did for a living, strangely enough. And I thought it was boring as anything. It's a boring thing I've ever done in my life. And I thought I'd do anything. I want a penknife, but I don't want one that badly. And as I left, there was some bit of waste ground next door, and there was this old sort of tin hut. It was a corrugated iron hut. And I just heard some people shouting. And being inquisitive, I climbed over the fence, went over and had a look. And I peeked through the door, and I just saw this sort of small man Japanese man, moving from side to side. And I was very tiny in those days. I didn't grow properly until I was sort of 16. And I was watching him sort of floating from side to side. But he was punching and kicking with so much power. It was remarkable. And I really do. I just thought, I will do that. I need to do that. Mrs. Beatty's just walking past through the... She put a can on the top. You right, Mrs. Beatty? Hello. Ooh, hello. Hello. She's walking through now. She's walking behind. Because we're obviously in a different position now, because you see we've got the fireplace behind us. Oh, there she is. She's going upstairs. Can't see you at all, but... Oh, you're beautiful. Wow. You're really marrying me. Can't help it. Anyway, so I walked in, being as polite as I possibly could be. I just went up to him and I said, "Can I do this?" And he slapped me across the face. He knocked me over. I was only 8, and the first time I'd been hit in the face. And I remember sort of sitting on the floor thinking that wasn't very nice. And I kind of, I was going to cry, and I didn't cry. I refused to cry. And then and one of the other guys came over to me and said, "Well," he said, "you're not worthy enough to talk to him yet. He's his name was Otsumaido. He's a Japanese instructor, and you don't talk to him until you're worthy." So I left, and I had choices to make. I could either go home and tell my dad. He'd have probably gone up there and beaten him up with it. Well, he probably wouldn't have done, actually, to be fair. But he wouldn't have been happy. Not that he wouldn't wanted to beat him up, but he wouldn't be able to. Or just forget it ever happened, or go back and wait until I was worthy. And I went the next week instead of going to Cubs. And I didn't tell my parents. I just went there. And when I got there, he brought me a gi, which is the outfit. So I think he knew I was going to come back, and that was it. And I stayed, and I loved it. I've trained with lots of other people as well as him throughout my martial arts career, but I loved it. Absolutely loved every minute of it. It was hard. We had, the training we did was extremely hard. You wouldn't get away with it now, because there were lots of injuries, lots of people breaking arms. I've broken most parts of my body at some point, which will come back and haunt me when I'm older, I'm sure. But absolutely love it, and I always have. As I say, I train with him a great deal, weekends, evenings, and one of the best things about it is you get the chance to walk around with this sort of knowledge, and the strangest thing is, this isn't a big-headed thing. I actually don't know what it's like to be afraid of someone. And I think that's quite people tell me about it, and I don't know what that's like, because I've never been afraid of anyone. Is it like Kempo? Well, it is Kempo. All karate started from Kempo. The 2 styles I do is Wadaru and Rukyu Kempo. Rukyu Kempo is one of the oldest styles around, and it's nerve points and manipulations and arm locks and stuff. But it was called Totei originally. Tei being hand, and so people think karate in itself is hundreds of years old. It's not. It was developed in the 1800s. But anyway, that's my story. I loved it. Couldn't get enough of it. I trained in lots of other disciplines. I've trained in Aikido, Taekwondo, lots of Kung Fu styles, Silam Kung Fu. Okay, Maxine's telling me shut up now, so just because of Maxine, I'm going to shut up now. But anyway, I hope that answers some of your question. Shout out to my 2 lovely daughters, Danielle and Nicole. It's a big shout out to Danielle and Nicole. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. I know 6 Dan might be meeting another Dan soon. Dan the man. That'll be 7 Dans, I know. Well, good on you. Good on you. Good on you. Have you done Taiji? No, I've not done Taiji. I'm fine, Angela. Thank you very much. How are you? How are you? Hello, Carl. This is from Eden Forth. Can't wait to see you on Most Haunted Experience. Lost my job this week. No, my life is breaking down. Need your humour right now. Eden Forth, that's shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you've lost your job. That is horrible, especially in this. Oh God. It's just, it's crap. This time as well, when everyone else is, I'm so sorry for it. We're all sorry for you. That's horrible. I hope you get something soon. Give me 2 seconds. I just need to nip to the kitchen.
Hello, everybody. Oh, this is quite fun. Hello. Oh, he doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon. Everyone's like saying like, "Oh, where'd you go?" I'm here now.
Oi.
Hello.
What's going on?
I was just saying hello. Just saying hello.
I just need to go to the kitchen because Mary's been cooking.
I have. I've cooked you some nice noodles.
You have cooked me some nice noodles, but I need to come here, so I haven't eaten them yet.
I know.
But I will eat them soon.
They're on the side.
Gordon Bennett.
What?
I've never seen a kitchen in such a mess.
I'm cleaning it. You saw me do the thing with the doodah and the thing. Clean the chopping board. That's the words I was looking for.
Clean the chopping board.
Listen, the heat is getting to me. It's awful. Right, have fun. Bye, people. Have a nice night. And if it's stormy around you, take pictures.
I don't know who that was, but apparently she says she's my daughter. Yes. Look, if I do that, you can't do it now. Oh, Gordon Bennett. I'm an abused father. I am an abused father.
You're not. You're a loved father who I just made noodles for. You have to be nice to me now.
I'm always nice to you. You get a free house and free food. You don't have to pay rent. You get.
But I just made you noodles.
Yeah, that'll make up for it.
Yeah, it definitely does. They're amazing.
Right. How do I find out about Most Haunted Experience? If you go to the Most Haunted Experience page. Obviously, the Facebook page there is, but there's also a website. So go to Most Haunted Experience, stick it in your search engine, and it'll come up, so you can find out all the stuff there. So sorry to snip off then, but I thought I smelled burning, but I didn't. Because you know what kids are like. They turn stuff off and forget how to turn it on. No, hang on. They turn stuff on and forget how to turn it off. Yeah, that's one. Have I met Mary's new boyfriend? No, I haven't. Enough said about that. Has been beautiful. Isle of Man. I love the Isle of Man. Big hugs and love to your family. And Tanya, they are back at you from all of us lot here. Yeah, it won't be wedding bells. Mary has a new boyfriend. I'm now very upset. Oh, don't worry, Eden. It won't be long. She'll be single again soon. She is that sugar nuts. He might be listening. Protective dad. Yeah, he has no idea. Absolutely no idea. I own graveyards. I own bits of land that nobody knows about. People can disappear. People can disappear. Just saying. All right. Yeah, I'll behave. I will behave. I'm going to behave. The thunder. Do you know what? Crumbs. How? To be honest, it's been the perfect thing because it's been lovely in the day and then raining and crap at night. And I think that's how it should be, because we need to because you don't want the rain in the daytime, do you? I don't want to do that when the hands fall, but you don't want the rain in the daytime. The rain in the daytime. You want it sunny in the daytime, not that. Anyway, Hazel, don't behave, Carl. That's boring. Do you know, Hazel, I've known you for many years. Hazel's one of my bestest friends in the world. I love Hazel to bits, and she knows me very well. I mean, Jersey, I love Jersey. You haven't had a storm yet. Wow. Maybe it's good. But do you know what? One of the nice things was, because I'm doing this, I mentioned earlier, this building this or changing one of the stables into a summer house. It was really nice the other night because I had the doors open, not just freshly put in, to see if they still stayed up. And I was sitting there with a cup of coffee and a cigar, as you do at the end of the day, and started to watch the sky just glow and flash, and it's just remarkable, absolutely remarkable. Loved it. Just it was lovely just watching it. This is Amy. We've followed Most Haunted for almost 15 years now. We love you so much. We feel we know you. Do you know what? And we feel we know you. It's good that you do, because we without you guys we wouldn't have anything. So thank you for watching, Amy. That's really sweet. That's 15 years. Right, now Laura is telling James to shut up, so I need to find out what James has said. Haven't had a proper storm in Leicester yet. You're gonna, by the sounds of it, Laura's giving you a proper storm. Hi from Sweden. Hello, Sweden. How are you? How's Sweden? How's the weather in Sweden? That's all we talk about. Well, that's not what we talk about, but in Britain, we don't. We talk about other things. But the weather's important. I can remember I can't remember. Last time we had a really good storm in Derby. That's from Cressida Keefe. You'll get one. Hi from the States, Rhode Island in the States. I love Rhode Island. You just me so exciting. Do you know what I mean? We all love you very much. And I love Rhode Island. I haven't been there for many, many years. And the last time I was there was crumbs, over 30 years ago, I guess. I think. No, about 25 years ago. Yeah, lovely. Lovely place. And I hope you guys are doing well over there, because I know that this bloody corona thing isn't going away fast. I know it's hitting everywhere hard, and the trouble is, I don't know if you. I don't want to go on to this sort of, it's not political thing. I don't want to be this false news and stuff, but no one seems to be given the right information, and people get so. People are giving so. They're making up their own bits. They listen to part of something, and then they're adding that as all of it. And so there's so much false information going about this COVID thing. And I just kind of think, there is no answer to it yet. I know people saying that Russia apparently has already got some vaccine, but do you know? I just think we have to respect everyone, and have to wear face masks, as horrible as it is, until we get through it. That's the only way we're going to get through it. I mean, all these bloody idiots that are going down to the beaches, and I'm sorry, every single one of them is a bloody idiot who's going down to these beaches. They're not wearing masks, they're not doing social distance, and they're leaving crap everywhere. I despair at humans sometimes. I absolutely despair at them. We got this great world, and all we're doing is cocking it up. I mean, how selfish are these people to leave stuff on a beach? I bet when they get home, when they eat, do they clean up and put stuff away? Yeah, of course they do. But they think because they're on a beach and somebody else is going to do it, they can just behave how they want. I'm sorry, they're just, every single one of them, a bloody idiot. This is Ghost of Cornwall, no social distancing in Cornwall. With tourists crazy here. Do you know what? We were down in Cornwall. Was it this week or last week? I can't remember now. It was last week. I can't remember. It's a couple of weeks ago, too fast. And I agree with you. I bet the house is a shit house. Sorry, it just took me away for a second. I kind of like that. I've got to show you. We were down in Cornwall, and the same as you. I love Cornwall, as you know. We're it's a place I probably will end up retiring to, and I absolutely love Cornwall. Always have. It's a magical place for me, and I am amazed. I understand why people just want to shut off where they are. it's you see people running towards the beach. It's like spiders jumping over chairs. It's like all these little insects. Get there. There were a few places. We went to Talon Bay, and there was a lot of social distance in there, and that was great. They had it really sorted. Oh my God, Bennett, is that really? Have I really got something to do with you?
Yeah.
I suppose I did one thing right in my life.
I love you.
I love you too. Can't remember your name, but I do love you.
Remember your needles are on the top.
Oh yeah, I would do. Thanks, Don. Yeah, and we went down Talon Bay, and the car park was great, and there's a cafe there. And we know the lady who works there, and they've got it really done well. About how you get in, get your food, and get out, and just fantastic. So it can be done, and people do obey it if they're not idiots. But then we went to some other places, and I heard about St Ives. Apparently, we were talking to somebody down there who lives in St Ives, and they said it's a nightmare. It's just packed. We went to, I think it was Mevagissey, and we went to a couple of other places. I can't remember. But again, we kind of went there, and we turned around and went. I just, because it was too many people, and people walking down the streets, and there's no social distancing, and people are going to die. I mean, it's not like it's pretend. People will die. Have I seen the Life of Luxury video before? No, never. I don't even know what it is. Don't even know what it is. Stephen, I can't thank you enough, Carl, for helping me through a really bad time in my life after losing my mum last year to a stroke and a bleed to the brain. You really helped me get through it. Thank you so much. Stephen, that's very kind of you. That's such a sweet thing to say. And losing your mum, or your dad is one of the hardest things. I mean, I lost my dad a few years ago, but I've still got my mum, fortunately, and I can't even imagine my mum not being here. I love my mum so much. I don't get to see her as much as I'd like, but I just love her so much. She kept us all together at some pretty tough times in our lives when we were kids, at her own detriment. And she's a great woman, hard worker and all of that. And so I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Stephen. But I'm glad we can help make you get through it. There's no words I can give you. But God bless you. As Newt Ann, is Jenny better? Jenny will never, ever get better. Oh, you mean a break? Yeah, she's going to have an operation next week. We mentioned earlier, she's going to have an operation next week to fix it properly, because she's the break was it was worse than they thought. I think it was like an inch difference in where the bone ended and the other bone started. So it's the operation, again, it's going to be a bit of a pain for her, but it'll heal quicker, and she'll be back to normal. Gary Hall, Carl, would you like to go back to Accrington Police Station again? Yeah, we're there next Wednesday. Yeah, so we're there a lot anyway. I love going back there. It's a great place. Sorry, Carl, gotta go. Our house is about to be flooded. It's mental raining. Oh my God, Carmel, please take care. I hope everything's right. Let us know that everything's okay. God, it's a horrible flood. Beth, looking forward to seeing you at Shrewsbury on Saturday. It's been months since my last amazing. Do you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing you, Beth. Love Shrewsbury. We've had a great few nights there, actually. That's huge. Carl, say hello. I got poorly foot, been limping all day at work. Oh, Alison, hello. I hope your foot's better. And I hope the other one nurses the other one, talks to it, because there's nothing worse than having a bad foot and the other foot ostracizes it because it's bad. Anyway, I hope you're feeling better, darling. What were we before? At Shrewsbury, we've had some great stuff. We've had, I think we've been there the last sort of 3 weeks. We've been building up from there. We've obviously, with the COVID thing, we've just been keeping small groups and keeping them separate, so everyone can have their distance. And it's working really well, and people are still enjoying it, and that's the great thing, because we want people to enjoy it. And the activity have been superb. we've got lots of footsteps, door slamming, people are seeing things, and we're having more sort of visual sightings from people there as well. So things are hotting up, which is great. I love the Wentworth Woodhouse stables. Did you really see a proper figure of a ghost? Yeah, I mean, it was on the front page of the newspapers and on screen. We certainly saw something. Wentworth is great, but again, when the people owned it, it was privately owned. It was fantastic. We have never had any problems, but then it was taken over by a trust, and unfortunately, with trusts, you always have issues because you're dealing with lots of different people with different agendas. And we did a couple, and they decided to book weddings on at the same time as we were having events, and you can't have that, and firework displays and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, because we won't put our guests through that. When you've got weddings, how can you have a paranormal investigation? So that's why we walked away from it. If they change their minds, we'd certainly be open to chat again, but not under them having other people. My son Alexander is he's 6 and he loves the Most Haunted. Bless him. That's Jesse Havenhand. Oh, bless him. It's nice to get new people in as well. Nice 6 years old, because they're only that big at 6 people. And on the telly, we're only that big, so they're actually bigger than us. Nightingale Hospital dismantled. Ah, all right. No social resistance on Southend Beach. A riot happened last night after coaches of people came to the beach for an illegal rave. It's from Lucy Lulu. Are people that stupid? I mean, really? Come on, people. Wow. It was Robbie Williams' 6-year anniversary of his passing yesterday. One of my favourite actors ever. Do you know what, MZ? Robin Williams was just superb. As we know, he was a superb actor. And yeah, I remember him from his Mork and Mindy days. So it was I remember from back then, but when you hear people talk about him, that he never switched off. He was constantly going, which was funny, and he could do these monologues. And when he did Good Morning Vietnam, most of that was just ad lib. And yeah, that's a hugely intelligent person. But I think he's one of the people that makes you realise that we have to do more for mental health, because he took his own life. He suffered with depression and all of that, and sometimes the people who put the biggest smiles on are suffering hard inside, and it's difficult. And I think there needs to be more done for mental health issues. The problem we do have, I think, is I think doctors are too easy to just give anyone the diagnosis of depression or anxiety without understanding really what they're doing, because they get more money, but the more stuff they diagnose. And I think you've got kids. I mean, most kids that my kids know, they're all on some anti-depression or anti-anxiety stuff, and they're not depressed, and they're not suffering from depression, and they're not suffering from anxiety. There's a huge difference with being depressed, which we all get. We all get depressed. We all get anxious, but it doesn't mean we're suffering from anxiety. It doesn't mean we're suffering from depression. There are people out there who suffer greatly with these things, and they're debilitating illnesses. They truly are, and I think it's taken out of the seriousness of it is watered down by so many people just thrown. I mean, you take when we were teenagers, there were days you didn't want to get out of bed. There were days you didn't know what the hell was going on. All I got was a kick up the arse and told to get on with it, and I did. But if I was suffering from depression, I would be like that all the time. It's an easy thing. I mean, I know one of Mary's friends, if she was told she didn't have depression from the doctor, but she was still convinced she did, so she was going off telling everyone she had depression. And I think, again, on social media, it's so easy to try and get people are constantly after this attention-seeking thing, which is just bizarre. Anyway, I'm going to get off of that because I just think there are depression and anxiety are truly debilitating illnesses that really need people who have it really need more help. They need to be more understood more. Anyway, that's it. It's hard though. I had a friend who killed himself. They shut themselves off from the world and won't listen to anyone to pull themselves out of it. Yeah, and that's proper depression, Mark. You know, that's depression, proper anxiety. It's people do have it, but I think there's a it's people who don't have it that are claiming they do is watering it down. And I'm off now early up. I'm off now. This is from Maxine. I'm off now. Up early in the morning, then a long journey after work to see two gorgeous men in dark tunnels. Are you talking about Stuart and someone else? Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, Maxine. We'll have a big 2-meter hug. Ruth is here as well. Ruth, are you there tomorrow night? I hope you are, because it'd be nice to see you both. It would be nice to see you both. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I get passionate about people who need help and they don't get it. I really do, and people do need help. Gareth Butler, hey Carl, how are you? I'm expecting my first child. Hope I can be loving and caring to my little lady as you are to everyone you meet. Oh, bless you so much. Hope to meet you one day. Love, loads of love, mate. Well, loads of love back at you, Gareth. And do you know what? You are going to be absolutely fine. You are. The funny thing was when Mary was born, I remember having this. People say you have this overwhelming love and things change, and they do change, as we all know. Anyone who's had a kid knows that they just change. But for me, it was this. I think the overbearing thing for me was the feeling of protection. I just had to protect her from everything. It was this. I couldn't let her get hurt. I couldn't let anything upset her. It was a nightmare when we used to bath her. I mean, I'll tell you, I was almost in tears because she'd be crying because she didn't want to get bathed, and I couldn't stand it. These two sort of grown people all forcing this little baby to have a bath. I mean, obviously she needed a bath, but it was killing me, absolutely killing me, because we were upsetting her. But anyway, she grew up all right, I guess. Well, ish. How did H&P Shrewsbury go? Really well. We had a good few nights there. I say it's great. I'm really looking for this weekend. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting to Drakelow Tunnels because I've not been there for quite a while. Right, this is from Kimberly. The stigma around men and mental health needs to end. The suicide rate is even is high in men, and it's looked down on for men to suffer with depression. Just awful. Nobody is exempt. You know, Kimberly, that's great. A great thing. It's the same with spousal abuse. Men suffer from that too, but they don't really have a voice there. And I think with this, men have got to be. I think you're braver by standing up and saying, I'm suffering, I'm actually in trouble, or I'm finding it difficult. And it's hard to do for a man sometimes, because you're right, there is a stigma behind it. And suicide, I can't remember what it was. I know suicide is one of the biggest killers between a certain age group of men. And that's wrong, absolutely wrong. But it's just, it's a horrible thing. What's your best, most haunted experience, location, or activity? Oh, crumbs. Do you know what? I've had so many. I can't even think. I think one of the most memorable ones, I guess, would have been the pilot, because it was so new and we didn't know what to expect, or what was going to happen, if anything. We didn't know what was. I don't know. It's a. I think that's probably the most memorable, to be honest. Simon Passant, hello mate, how are you? I was driven to suicidal thoughts due to evil neighbours, harassment. I'm better now, nicer house. Again, people can drive people. It's just there are some horrible people out there whose lives are so empty they have to try and ruin any, other people's lives. But you're bigger than that. You got over it and you moved or whatever. And the trouble is, they'll be doing it to somebody else. Do I have any tattoos? Yeah, would you like to see it? That's private. No, I don't. I don't have any tattoos whatsoever. I've constantly thought about getting one of my favourite pictures. I don't know if it's downstairs actually. No, I don't think it is. One of my favourite pictures in the world is a picture of Yvette laughing, and I absolutely love it. And it was when she was on Blue Peter, and she went down to Colrose down in Cornwall to get to do some flying and all of this kind of stuff. And it's really weird because it's the connection between us, because I was involved when I was doing architecture. We did, the company I worked for, Norman and Dorbarn, they did the Colrose Sea Mark V simulator buildings where she was. So we did all of those, and she was kind of there. And it would have been around the same time, strange enough. But I kind of and I wanted that tattooed on my back. I wanted a huge back piece, and then just fill it around with just different things in my life. But I never got it done. And the trouble is psoriasis, and if my skin cuts, it'll quite often turn to psoriasis. So it might, when it scabs up, it might do that. Anyway, long story short. Actually, it's a story long. Short story long. Sorry about that. But no, I haven't. But I'd like to. Amy, did I see my super chat? Sorry, Amy, I'll have a look at that as soon as I can, sweetheart. I did. It's all going. There's so many things coming up. 42 years since Elvis died this Sunday. Yes, it is. It's my mum's birthday on Monday. Will you be watching the candlelight vigil on YouTube? Lots of cinemas are showing Elvis. That's the way it is. Tonight, would you do Most Haunted from Memphis? Yeah, I'd love to do Most Haunted from Memphis. I think, sadly, Elvis was, in my opinion, the greatest performer. There will never be anyone like him. There wasn't before, and there never will be again. I mean, I'm a heterosexual male, but damn, that man was good looking. I mean, when you see his comeback special and he was in leathers, no one could ever wear leathers again after that. They just can't. No bloke can. Girls can, but no bloke can, because it's like, you're not like Elvis. Don't even think. Yeah, Elvis is for life. He's not just for Christmas. Like Michael Bublé. I'm not knocking Michael Bublé. I think he's great as well. Lovely man. Can I have a shout out to my mum, Michelle Collin. She's an old fan. What, she's old and a fan, or she's watched it for a long time? No, I'm just being cheeky. Michelle, hello, sweetheart. And that's from Bradley. Obviously, your son. Johnny Cash, great. I sang with Johnny Cash once, which was when we were at where were we? At Glastonbury. Yeah, it was a great man, absolutely fantastic. My dad's favourite. So funny enough, when I'm doing all my stuff outside, making crap, I always put Johnny Cash on, just because I think he's my dad used to listen to it all the time. I mean, we used to wake up every bloody morning with my dad, spouting off Johnny Cash on weekends. He used to have his reel to reel, which my mum still got, and it was just Johnny Cash. So I knew the words to all of his songs, more or less, and he so when we were up there and he was playing at Glastonbury, of course I could sing along with all the songs, and I think he's great, and he's such a lovely man, really lovely man. So humble. I mean, I was with him for quite a bit that day, and lovely man, lovely. Carl, this is from Danielle. May you wish our mum Jackie a happy birthday for tomorrow. Thank you. My sister is recovering from a broken and dislocated ankle after falling off a horse. Oh, I hope your sister gets better. That sounds really bloody painful. And on a happier note, happy birthday, Jackie, for tomorrow. 21 again? I fucking hate that. Why do I just fall into that? 21 again. Everyone says it. Oh, 21 again. Anyway, hi from Mid Wales. Hello, Mid Wales. How are we in Mid Wales? Now, what do you think about Abbott and Costello? I loved Abbott and Costello. Everyone loves Abbott and Costello, don't they? Don't they? Surely they do. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Do you remember when Yvette done ghost hunting with Coronation Street in the Isle of Man? We'd love for most someone to come over and investigate. Do you know some locations? Someday, pretty please. Yeah, we very well may come to Isle of Man. Do you know we had such a great time doing the Coronation Street ghost hunting with. It's a really strange thing when you do that type of show with people from a soap. You get a real insight into what it's like on set. And I had to say that the Coronation Street people, they were lovely, really lovely people, but they weren't sort of gelling as much when we weren't filming. They were all sort of doing their own thing on phones and what have you. But I think when we did the Emmerdale Farm lot, it was a complete different thing. You couldn't have got lovelier people. They were lovely to us, and so were the Coronation Street people. They're not saying anything against them at all, but they gelled. They were really good friends, and when one of them was going to do something, the others were very protected about them and asked if they're okay, and that was nice to see. It really was nice to see, which was good. Do you believe in loved ones still with you when they pass? Yeah, Sarah. Do you know Sarah Thompson? I do. I'd certainly like to. I think we all want them to, but I have to say I'm not. I've never felt anyone with me that's passed that I know. However, I know people who have, and and Yvette, she strange as it sounds, she has a great relationship with her dad. She talks to him a lot, and he knocks back, and it's weird. But I like to think there are. I hope there are. I've not but yet, and I'm hoping one day that I will. Teresa, Paul O'Grady seemed lovely. Paul O'Grady is lovely. Paul is one of the nicest people on the planet. We've both Yvette and I have known Paul for many years. I did his first stage appearance, television appearance as Lily Savage. Obviously, I wasn't. He was. A show called Viva Cabaret years ago. We've been sort of mates ever since, really, and obviously with Yvette's known him for a long time. He's just a lovely guy. He doesn't get involved in crap. He doesn't get just nice, talented, is just hugely talented. Even all of the things he's done, there's still so many things that he can do that he probably won't do, but because there's nothing the man can't do. Anyway, that's me. I love him. What made me start Most Haunted? It was literally just that's Lucy Lulu. That was just it was a friend of ours had been around with a cameraman. Sorry, when I stop and think, it's because I've seen another question and I have to try and remember the question to come back to. So I'm not sort of having a stroke. I'm just kind of. And he as he was leaving, he was talking about he was one of these strange guys because he used to have soft toys. He used to have soft toys of an octopus in the back of his car. And anyway, he left, and as he was leaving, he just said he'd been filming in this place that was haunted. So when he went, I just looked at Yvette and said, "God, wouldn't it be great to spend all night in a haunted house and be and film it just to see what happens." And she thought the idea was great, and so we worked it out, and that was it. That was kind of how it started. I have a question. Why did you choose the name Mary for Mary? It's a lovely name. Just wondered if it would be me for you and Yvette. Yeah, well, we chose Mary because Yvette's grandma, Mary, who I never met. Unfortunately, she died before I got to meet her. But she was just this lovely, lovely lady. She came from Syria, and she endured an awful lot of negativity when she came over here. But she worked very hard, and apparently she was a lovely, lovely lady, and just fantastic. And so because we never met her, oh, hang on, this is Ruth's off. I'm off too. This is from Ruth. Hearing in the morning, and a drive to meet two strange men and tell us you are there tomorrow night. And a belated happy birthday to Kelsey. It's Kelsey's birthday, so happy birthday to Kelsey. Where were we? What was I talking about? I can't remember now. What was I talking about? I can't remember now. Somebody will remind me, I'm sure. Gareth, thank you, Carl. My fear is not being able to step up enough for my child and my love. I don't feel I'll be a great father figure. Trying to get into my head, mate. You are not going to fail. You can't fail. There's absolutely no way you can fail. You're a father. There. Oh, Mary. Yeah, I'll talk about Mary. Good thing. But you can't. You won't fail. You cannot fail. That little thing, that little being, is going to look to you for everything. And there's no books on it. I mean, there are books on it, but they're all crap. There's no way of dealing with it. You have to deal with it yourself. The fact that you're worried about it means that you will be a great father. You will be. And whatever you do, all you have to do is one thing, and that's love that kid above all. And if you can do that, you are going to be a great father. Of course you're going to be a great father, and you will love that kid above all. Anyway, Mary, yeah, because she everyone loved Grandma Mary, and so we wanted to call her after her grandma, or great grandma, to be fair. So that's why we called her Mary. That was it. Cliff Richard is the best. Do you know what? I met Cliff Richard when I was, I interviewed him when I was 17. I used to go to church. I know. And I got kicked out, obviously. But I used to, and it was our churches. The church I was at was, basically I got kicked out for asking too many questions. Go figure. I think our church's 50th year of being built, I think I'm about that right. And we, and so I just wrote to him, and the weird thing was I had this, there was a documentary on about Cliff, and they said that he was one of the most difficult celebrities to get hold of, to meet. So of course I threw out some subliminal challenge. So anyway, so I thought I'm going to meet him, and I did. And you know, Ian, that's not really nice. Whether nonce isn't nice. There's nothing against him. Nothing was proven, and he sued. And if he sees this, he may sue you. That's not really nice, to be fair, mate. You know, Cliff Richard is a nice guy, and until proven otherwise, that's what you've got. It's not like he wears spangly glittery tights and wanders around with a wand and a pink hairdo and entices kids. It's just wrong thing to say. I'm sorry, mate. Anyway, and I interviewed him. I wrote him a letter saying it was about our church, and he agreed to see me. And what a lovely, lovely guy. Really lovely, lovely guy. He just is a great person. Any advice on how to deal with body shames on Instagram? I got my account back after being banned for posting me wearing a bikini, which lost the guts to do for a disabled plus size girl. Do you know, Katie, you can't do anything about these bloody idiots who are body shamers or they're just bullies. And the trouble is, I kind of they're all jealous. They're all jealous of you and your bravery of being able to do that. And the whole thing is, you can't let these people rule what you do. And this is one of the problems with social media. It rules what people do, and it shouldn't do. These are people you don't even know. They don't know you. Who gives a crap what they think? I mean, who really gives a crap what some of these people think? So Katie, do what you're doing. If they want to try and pull you down, don't let them. It makes you stronger than them. You are strong. The fact that you're there posting it, they're only commenting on it. So they're interested in your life and you're not interested in theirs, which goes to show where they are. It's like if you post yourself and a zebra in a lift. Someone out there, most people think that was funny. Some people think it was cruel. You've got to think to yourself, people out there will have their own opinions of what it is. And I'm not kidding, Katie. You're braver than that. You're better than that. Just don't listen to them. Just don't listen. They don't matter. These people do not matter at all in your life. They really don't. They're just gone. Carl, you've met so many famous people. Is there anyone you would get starstruck by if you met? That's from Andrea. I have been so lucky with my career because I have, I've been to places I never thought I'd go. I've had and I've met people I never thought I'd meet. Some of them have become great friends. Some have become very close acquaintances, and others, there were some complete dickheads who I wouldn't want to give the time of day to. But I've been very lucky in that respect. And I still think I don't get fazed by meeting people, because every single person, if they're on the telly or if they're a singer, they're all people. They're all you and me. They just have a different job. That's all. And I think that if Elvis was still alive, I'd probably be. I'd probably make a fool of myself if I bumped into Elvis. I'd probably say something stupid, because you think this is one opportunity to say something. It's the greatest performer there's ever been, and who is my absolute hero. I'll probably say something daft. So yeah, probably him. Elvis maybe, but none of the others. It's a. Do you know what? Actually, I'm just thinking. Katie was mentioning about people having a go on Instagram. If any of you guys are out there on Instagram, could you go onto Katie's page and give us some support? That would be really nice, because I think we can be stronger by giving people support and we can overshadow all of the negative people. So if you are out there and you do, anyway, yeah, that's. I think it would be lovely if we did. I'm going to do that later on. Marjay Finnan. I had to watch Philip Schofield's hair. Someone's got to. They have. He's got a nice head of hair as well. Yeah, let's support Katie. Thank you, guys. All those who are asking Katie's name, we will support, because it's good to do that. Kick these others off the page. That's what we need to do. And my dad was a big Elvis fan, from Susan Wardle. Big Elvis fan when he was alive. He even had his hairstyle. Your hair looks nice now. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough to. I've got one of. I've got one of his microphones that was signed and that he used, and he signed it. And I've also got a ring that he used to own, which is two of my prized possessions. And I love it because quite often when I'm editing, I wear Elvis. This ring comes off, and I put Elvis's ring because it's a pinky ring, and I love it. Unfortunately, it's so big and it's got stuff, gold and diamonds and stuff. You can't ever wear it out because people think you're looking like an idiot. But obviously Elvis could wear it out because it's huge. Anyway, I love it. I hope to go to Gloucester tomorrow. Did you ever have a mullet? It's like asking if a banana ever slipped on a person. Did I ever have a mullet? No. Come on. Actually, it's not such a mad thing, because I did used to have a goatee and a ponytail. Not for long. The ponytail was only on there for a very short time, probably about a week, and it came off, and so did the goatee, only because I saw a reflection in myself. Yeah. Thank you, guys. This chat has made me cry. This is from Katie. Thank you, guys. You're all beautiful souls. Cry in a good way. That's Katie. Do you know, Katie, this is, to be honest, this is what we should call, this is what we should be doing on social media. This is what social media should be for, is to help each other out and just supporting each other. That's what we need to do. I'd love you guys to bring Ryland back for a Ryland's lovely. You know, every now and then we text if he's doing anything new. Always wish him good luck. He's a lovely guy, really nice. And do you know, I hope he has a which he will have. He'll have a very long career on TV, because people like him, and he's actually a nice guy. Because some people who come from that sort of kind of reality kind of program fame thing, they can be right up themselves, and they don't understand how the system really works. But he does, and he just a lovely guy, really lovely guy. Any news on Rich Corker doing a live? That's from Amanda. Yeah, you know what? I've asked Glenn to get hold of him, and I need to see when he's going to do it, because we might try and see if we can get Reg to do one next week, maybe. I don't know. See if we can. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll try and be on with him as well, because a lot of people think we're the same person. We're not. We're two different people completely. You know, he's his own person. And I remember we had someone, which was just hilarious. We've had two people complaining that Reg Corker is a parody of them, or somebody that they knew, and it was hilarious, because I replied, you know, Reg Corker is a fake, drunk, has-been psychic who nobody wants and nobody believes in. Why would you think that was the person that you love? They never come back with an answer, strangely enough. Where's the ring? The ring at the moment will be, it's in a safe, not here. Or is it here? Hang on. No, it's not, because I've not been doing much editing, so it's not. But I'll bring the ring out the next couple of weeks, so you can kind of see it. Reg Corker is an original. Reg is an original. He's very good as well. Just, you know, it's kind of. I mean, those of you, if any of you seen him live when we do the live podcasts, it's. Yeah, he's great. He really is great. You know, it's brilliant. I mean, he does, you know, live readings, and they're very accurate. Very accurate. It's from Shannon McBride. Sorry, I'm late. Stanker needed a shower. Yeah, my car. My car actually. I walked past it earlier. It said you stink. So. It's like cars cleaning people as well as people cleaning cars. Was waiting for comfort to mention Glenn. I see. We love Glenn. Glenn's lovely. Carl, would you do Gogglebox? No, I wouldn't. Gogglebox is, I mean, oh God, I think it's the worst, most uncreative show ever. It just shows Channel 4 at their least creative. I know it's a huge hit, and so I'm wrong. I get that, but Channel 4 are so inept at getting shows that we want to watch. What do? They get shows about people watching other shows that other people have made. I just, how it ever got past. I mean, it must be a friend of someone that's actually got there. It must have been a friend of someone that they knew that got that commission. Well, that's how all commissions happen at Channel 4. They're either friends or super indies. They certainly don't give any work to anyone else that deserve it. Eva J. Hi, Carl. Please give us a shout out to my son, Brandon. We're huge fans of Most Haunted. Would love to know what's your scariest, most haunted moment. Love to you and the crew. Thank you very much. And love back at you. And to Brandon, big shout out. I kind of, my scariest moment, I still think my scariest moment, I think, or eeriest certainly, was the, really two. It was the wheelchair moving at Standon Hall on its own, and also at Gloucester Prison when the bang and sort of spun me around, because I just didn't know where it was coming from. I lost all orientation, and it was just terrible. When I get to the events by train, as trains are hard to book, I will get to one of them. That's from Katie. Yeah, it'd be lovely to see you, Katie. Any news on, as from Paul, any news on any new Most Haunted you can tell us? Well, to be fair, if we can't, if we're not going to hang around for too long, if we can't get a deal rushed off quickly, because everything stopped in television, deals and stuff. Well, not every deal, but a lot of deals have. And if we can't get them to pull their finger out, we'll start just showing them on YouTube, because they are there. Yvette on I'm a Celebrity was amazing. Did she enjoy the experience? Laura, that's from Laura. Yeah, do you know Laura? She kind of did. She's glad she did it. The trouble is the way they edit it is not what you see, and they edit it in such a way that they will edit it so you vote in a certain way. And again, it goes back to this sort of this whole Twitter thing. If you've got 2-3 million followers on Twitter, you've got more chance of winning than you have. One, because you've got more people following you, but two, they want to be able to give people programs afterwards, however successful they are or whatever. That's what they're after. So if you've got 2 or 3 million followers, they think you're going to get 2-3 million viewers, which doesn't work at all. Never has done. And so with Yvette, what you didn't see was the fun that she had. I mean, they made it look like she didn't have any fun at all. Yeah, there was the argument with that stupid cow that she was with there, that Mr. C or whatever her name was. I really think that was all engineered to a point. You didn't see the real reason Yvette had a go at her. What you see is her saying something and then Yvette having a go. What you didn't see is the reason Yvette had a go is because she actually had a go at our kids. And that's what you didn't see. And also you didn't see some of the remarks she made about a couple of other people that were in there, which were awful. And people would have been thrown off of television for that. But of course they wouldn't show those. And even though she said it, they still carried on. But Yvette, in the camp, every morning they used to get all the camp together and they used to do this sort of procession. They would tell jokes. She actually won the funniest person in the camp award that they did there, but they didn't show that, and they won't show that because they wanted Yvette to look like she wasn't enjoying herself, so she would get taken off, and that's what happened with the others. When we were there with all the other people, I correctly guessed who was going to win. Certainly who was going to be in the last three, and I didn't say who was going to win. The last two I got, because they said, "How do you know?" I said, "Well, I'm a producer, and I know that's how they would manipulate this into people voting. It's how they do it, and that's the sad thing because you are manipulated into voting in a certain way, and I think it's wrong, but that's just me. That's them. Anyway, the only thing I watch on Channel 4 is Hollyoaks from Gemma. Rest is pretty mind-numbing. The trouble with Channel 4 is yeah, they should be investigated because there's a huge, in my opinion, I think there's a scandal, commissions for positions, and there's lots of people who, commissioners who left Channel 4 and they get very high-paying jobs in the independent production companies, the super indies that they commissioned. So, and what you got to remember is going, if you get a very successful show, there is lots of money to be made, and especially if you get 3 or 4 series and you get overseas sales, and there's lots of money can come your way. And so a lot of these people will go to Channel 4 because the budgets are huge, and with their production fees, they're making millions. And so, of course, when somebody leaves, they can commission them, and they'll take the job 2 years later. They leave, and they, strangely enough, get a job at one of these super indies, a very high paid, 150 grand a year for the next 5 years, and they don't have to work again for the rest of their lives. And that is because Channel 4, even though they say, oh, we give it to small indies, they don't. They absolutely don't. And that's a lie. It's a fallacy. They waste people's time. And that's one of the reasons I can't stand Channel 4. They lie. They don't deserve a license. They should have been kicked out of London by now, and they're still not. So hanging on to that, their whole idea of them was to give the smaller person a voice, and they're not. They're just sticking with big super indies. Even the small production companies they use are connected to bigger production companies. It's the way they work. And it's wrong because it's stifling creativity. It's killing the industry. And I think Channel 4 is a poison for that. That's the way it needs a change, and it needs people to change that channel, and it should be a good channel because there's a great platform there for it to be a good channel. Anyway, that's me off my soapbox. The difference between BBC is BBC will tell you they're using big companies. Channel 4 tries to hide it. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. They will hide it. The annoying thing about the Channel 4 is they got so many people there doing nothing. You expected one of them to come into the room, I blew up the smoothie maker, instead of let's get down to making good TV. I was told by one person that took someone was off for maternity leave, and they took over commissioning for Channel 4 in one of their departments. And when the ideas come in, she took the ideas, as you should do as a commissioner. You took the idea, you take it on merit, and you think that could be a good idea. You put it to one side. You think that won't work, this won't work. Oh, that might be an idea. And then with those, you call the production company and you have a conversation to see how it would work, and you make it to such a degree that you can make the idea work even better than the idea that's first given. Then they go to their boss and say, we really like this, and then it should be put on air. When this lady put all these things together and she said, these are the ones I like, she went to her boss, the senior commissioner, and they went, no, none of them. They said, why? And they said, because they're not by anyone that we know. Great TV ideas, and they will never see the light of day because the senior commissioner they would rather do a show that is not great by someone they know than a show that is great by someone that they don't. And that is just wrong. It just you can't run a channel like that. It's just wrong. It's deception. It really is the worst thing it can be. And I've seen great ideas from producers. I mean, there's a whole set of producers up here in the north that refuse to send anything to Channel 4. Absolutely refuse. And it's it's like a club that is growing every single week for people who are just sick and tired of them lying to them. And then what happens is you'll see it. You'll get an idea to them, and they can actually. And this happens not just with Channel 4. This happens with lots of other. The BBC are rife with it. You'll send something to them, and then they'll give it to somebody else. And ITV have done it. Give it to somebody else, and they'll say, create that, but different. So you can see your own idea on television with, again, the production company that they want to work with, that they know, and they've just nicked your idea. This is Katie. I really love it. Classic. I really love it. Shows Classic Most Haunted. I love really. It shows Classic Most Haunted. If you ever did another series, would you be showing it there? No, I wouldn't go back to really. They would. They treated us absolutely appallingly. They lied to us towards the end, and the thing is, they only want to do American stuff. They only want to support American shows, which is again wrong. a lot of the big American companies are buying up all of the channels here, and you're not getting, and they're just bringing the American shows at the detriment of British shows, and that's wrong. It really is wrong. It really is dying a death at the moment. They keep sticking out that there are new Most Haunteds coming on, and they're not. They're just the old Most Haunteds to get the viewing figures in. And I think it's terrible. When you think Most Haunted was their #1 show, we've given the biggest viewing figures they've ever had, still not beaten. Nothing came close to us. But of course, the American shows, not the Americans, the American shows don't like that. Don't like being beaten. So the best thing they can do is treat us like shit, and then you kind of go. Again, it's just wrong. It's wrong. There's room enough for everyone out there, and if you can't play enough, if you can't play fairly, don't play at all. That's it. That's all I would throwing out there. It's the elites who control everything. Illuminati, Felicia. Sorry. I did. There's really no such thing as this Illuminati, to be fair. I know people want there to be, but there isn't. The Illuminati were basically a group of people started by the Pope to infiltrate the Freemasons, but they were found out, and that was it, really. That's it, these companies don't give a shit about facts. The sad thing is they don't give a shit about viewers. There were so many petitions that went off to UK TV, and it just, they didn't give a damn. They don't care. They just don't care. And they'll make other stuff that's so crap. I mean, they did some really bad stuff. I can't remember what they were called now. I did a couple of live things, which were just appalling. I mean, they were, but the idea of it, we discussed with them in March of that same year, and they said, "Oh no, we can't do that on the W channel. That's mainly for aspirational women skew. That's what we're doing. We're not doing that." And then, because we said, "How about doing a celebrity kind of based paranormal thing in a either a huge mansion or hotel?" And no, they're not going to do that. And then obviously they had their favourite production company. They go and do that. And it turns out to be an absolute big pile of doo-doo, and it badly produced, badly conceived, just awful, absolutely awful. And yet, the people there, they said they thought I think 130,000 viewers, which was with the budget. I mean, the budget was well into the higher hundreds of thousands, if not a million. They returned that, and we beat them. They even moved our Most Haunted around on really to try and get the viewers to think Most Haunted was. They didn't tell anyone they'd moved Most Haunted, but obviously the fans are great and they found out where we were and watched us and not them. But at one point we even said about cross-referencing or cross-pollinating across the two channels, W and Really. And again, they said, no, it can't be done. We just can't do it. And we said, well, it can be done. We've done it so so many times. It's easy to do, and you'll get the really viewers on that. And then what do? Did exactly that on one of their shows. So they're taking ideas given to them by other people. And the commissioner, who used to be a very good friend of Yvette's, just shows you can't trust friendship. And Yvette used to look after her when she was crying her eyes out on a couch. But the commissioner at the time got a promotion. Enough said. Enough said. Will you do another family reality remembering a quad bike ride? Yeah, the quad bike ride. That's one of those moments where you kind of you think you look like something, and then you realise you don't. A lot of wobbling. What happened to our channel? Again, the channel is the channel's very we started it, it was doing very well. Again, Living TV, who were run by Virgin, they wouldn't let us have the Virgin platform because they thought Living TV wanted to destroy that channel before it even started. And so we were just on the Sky channel. And I think it was like, if you look at it like a big laundrette, it was like, the way they looked at it, was like cramming all these programs into a washing machine. There wasn't much room in the washing machine, so it was kind of that's the way they looked at it. And what we kind of we were on the Sky platform, so we only had half of the potential viewers that we could reach, because obviously Virgin then was cable and Sky was obviously satellite. And even then, bearing in mind, you had 100 or so, 200 people were in charge of running Living. There was myself and 2 others running the whole channel, and that's getting all the programs done and making the programs, putting them on air, and them, getting movies. And even though we only had half of the viewing platform, because Living TV had thrown their dolly out the pram, we still beat them. We beat them in 3 shows on the viewing figures. Now that's amazing when you think this tiny little channel actually beat one of the big boys, and it was Wines and Spirits we beat them on. We beat them in Ghost of the Asylum, and we beat them with Yvette's Screaming Banshees. 3 shows we beat them. They were livid. These were all shows we said to them they could have, that they turned down because they didn't think we were going to work. And so it's nice to actually kick them in the arse with that. The problem is, at that time, we were contacted, and because we're an independent production company, we weren't allowed to have a channel. So we had to either have, because it meant the channel then, or the production company, Antics, would be just associated or tied with the channel because of the way it is. And I couldn't have that. So and I wasn't going to give one of my companies away to someone. I didn't trust anyone enough to run any of the companies. So we had to shut one of them down. And obviously Antics was the most profitable because we were doing lots of different productions. We had a film unit starting there. So we shut the channel down, sadly. It was just the way it was. We just got sick and tired of being treated by as a human litter tray, really. I was arched, you Carl. It was scary. Sorry, Alison, I don't even get that. On a lighter note, have I watched Most Farted? Do you know what? Most Farted, that was just absolutely hilarious. Again, when that first came out, we thought it was the funniest thing we'd ever seen. I mean, we really did, because they put a lot of work into it. We were in the office howling with that, of laughter. And the funny thing was Living TV actually got hold of us and said, they wanted us to sue them, and we refused to, because we said no, we're actually supporting them, and they didn't like the fact we supported, because it was funny. And why can't you have a bit of fun with it? That was nothing. Yeah, the French and Saunders sketch of Most Haunted was great, and because Dawn French, who's lovely, is a big fan of Most Haunted, and so it was nice for them to do that. I can guarantee there was one person who watched it, wasn't happy with it, and it was funny because we watched it one of the lives. We recorded it and put it in on a DVD, a video, and it was funny watching people's faces. The rest of us were just in hysterics with it, but one person wasn't happy with it, and that made it even funnier, watching their face just scowl. But it was great, brilliant. Both Yvette and I thought it was one of the best things ever. And it's a huge compliment, it really is, to be parodied in such a way. I mean, we've been parodied by so many different things, and I think one of the greatest things was being in Viz. I mean, that was great. We were in Viz as well, a huge thing. Oh, hello, Australia. God, Australia's there as well. I hope everything's all well in Australia, because I know you've had it tough, fires and everything. It just, we're going to do the, what are you doing with old series, Carl? What are you getting back from them? Well, all the old series, we don't, from the Living TV series, we don't own any of those. They've nicked all of those off of us, and they refuse to give them back. Not like they haven't made enough money out of them, but that's just the way they are. Not that I'd want them back, to be fair. I think we made a lot of people famous and some didn't deserve it. And I'm quite happy for them to go now, really. The new ones, we're getting them back every, we get 2 series back every year. We got most of them back now anyway from Really. And what we're going to do with them, we don't really know. We get the odd offer, but I don't know whether I'm just going to put them straight onto YouTube for everyone to watch willy-nilly. I mean, we got some lawsuits going out because some people are showing them on YouTube and they don't own the copyright and they shouldn't be. They've been warned. So we are going to be suing people because it's just, you can't nick people's stuff. It's copyright theft. But once we've got that sorted, who knows where they'll come. But hopefully they will be around. The new most wanteds without psychics are the best. Yeah, do you know what, New Anna, we kind of I just prefer it because at the end of the day, I've said this before, you know, you put a lot of trust in and faith in psychics, and you know, 99% of them are full of shit. And so, you know, when they're there and they're going, oh, picking up Elizabeth, you can't start looking for Elizabeth. There probably isn't even there. So at least now we just go with what we're seeing, sensing, feeling, you know, and that's great. I think that's why we get more stuff now than we've ever got. Do I believe in premonitions? That's the awesome card. Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of do. Yeah, there's some people who've had some good premonitions. I mean, Stuart actually had some good premonitions that were spot on. You know, but you know. But anyway, that was I won't say what he got because it some of it was quite is quite sensitive. But he got some Stuart Kate, and he wrote them down and he texted them to me, so we had a date and stuff of some of these weird things. But you know, it was amazing. I got, it's my 14th birthday, Aaron. It's my 14th birthday on the 18th of August. Can you say happy birthday, Jimmy? Happy birthday, Aaron. I'll say it early, but happy birthday for the 18th. Hope you have a great day. I mean, the funny thing was, I kind of late coined a phrase about some of these mediums, and I used to call them comedians because that's all they bloody well were. Funny. And so I kind of think we should coin that phrase for some of them. They were comedians, because anyway, that's just me. Well, it's coming up for 10:30, and I've got to have my dinner because I'd missed it. I missed it. Thank you so much, guys, for popping in and saying hello and having a chat with me. I love it because it's like you guys just coming into me, well, dining room in this case, sometimes a kitchen. Who knows? You might do it in the front room next time. Who knows? But it's lovely for you to come into our house and say hello. So anyway, thank you so much. Peace out. Love you all, and see you again next time. Lots of love. Bye bye, and stay safe.